Hey there, you degenerates, Mio here, aka LaZW4fuHunter, and we will be going over one of the most sought after units in King of Fighters All-Star, which is Nameless from King of Fighters 2002. We will be going over his stats, core effects, relation, and his skills, along with taking a look at how to build him in PvE and PvP content. So, taking a look at his stats, he has 92,545 HP, 5,933 attack, 8,574 defense. His tags are male, defense type, and nests, and he increases nests fighters attack by 40%, defense by 12%. Taking a look at his relations, when K is equipped to him, he has K gene, increases attack equal to 5% defense, increases penetration by 500. Flame of Kusanagi, when King of Fighters 13 KoFAS Kusanagi is equipped to him, he increases attack by 12% when power is 2 or more, decreases skill cooldowns by 1 second, decreases damage received from enemies by 5%. When KoFAS, Original 0, Ignis, and Clone 0 are equipped to Nameless, he gains Project GA, increases attack equal to 10% of defense, increases critical rate by 4%, increases defense by 10%. So when Nameless is equipped to the following fighters, they all have the same effects in reverse, but apparently Original 0 is the only one that gains benefit from Project GA. So now we will be taking a look at his core effects. He gains Abnormal Status Resist Stun, which reduces his stun duration by 60%. He gains an increase to attack by 630, increase to defense by 1900. He gains a 15% power charge rate increase. He gains a core of Petrified. Petrified duration is decreased by 40%. He gains a critical rate of 3.2%. He also has 2 unique cores, which is Nests Test Subject Level 3, obtains a 5% power upon landing a critical hit, cooldown 3 seconds, increases penetration by 650 for 5 seconds upon landing a critical hit. Stacks up to 3. Isolde applies Isolde effect to a target upon landing a active skill. Deals burn damage equal to 150% of attack. Decreases power by 5 seconds. 25% chance to gain super armor for 4 seconds. And do note that this effect is based on per hit, not per effect times that you activate a skill. So his first skill, and I will most likely butcher this, is Chiso Katame Shuto Iku Sawaza Sawarabi, and this skill has a 10.9 second cooldown, and it's also a blast skill. It inflicts damage equal to 661% of attack to an enemy. PvP exclusive. Disables target's roll for 4 seconds upon landing a skill. He disables strike active skills for 3 seconds on a successful when he is able to activate the skill. Guard included ends. Yeah, so if people like, because that's what it does. He pretty much just disables your strike skills, that sort of thing. It's a really good skill, in my opinion. And it also goes through blocks. So if you have any fighters that is reliant on strike skills, Nameless really does counter them pretty hard. His second skill, Kyosho Katame Shuto Iku Sawaza Amagiri Kata EX. And it has a 10.8 second cooldown, and it's a strike skill. Inflicts damage equal to 794% of attack to an enemy. Increases attack by 45% of defense for 8 seconds when using a skill. It's pretty much it's a pretty good skill. He takes whatever the percent defense, 45% of the defense, and converts it to attack. And his third skill, Haiku Katame Shuto Iku Sawaza Yoi Tsuki EX, inflicts damage equal to 698% of attack to an enemy. Becomes immune to damage for 3 seconds, and it has a 11.2 second cooldown, and is also a strike skill. So he gains damage immunity, and also you can combine that with the percent chance he gains super armor, which pretty much automatically becomes a hyper armor if super armor activates the same time he activates this skill. And his finisher, his basic PG finisher, Kaku-san Katame Shuto Ogi Zetsue EX, inflicts damage equal to 1148% of attack to an enemy. It has a 21.1 second cooldown, and it's also a blaster. And his striker skill is a basic deal damage to the enemy with 309% of attack to an enemy. So we're gonna take a look at his skills, go over them. All of his skills are really strong and really powerful. So his first skill. This is also you can't really tell from this, but this is actually an OTG skill as well. So he can actually hit people on the ground, and it's also a good the good combination skill after you do your, let's say your finishers. All right, it's a lunging attack, also another OTG skill. And then his third ability is really interesting because it's a long range skill. This actually can hit across the screen. I have tested this online. And it's also OTG. So let's take a look at his 3PG, his basic one. Right, nice. It's again OTG. All of his skills are OTG. Right, that's really strong. That's crazy. So now we're gonna take a look at the meat of his abilities. This is his 3PG card. Is actually one of the most strongest abilities in the game, and it also never misses. Even if you dodge, and we have tested this on friendly match, even if you dodge, he will automatically zone in on you. So even during mid invul frames, he cannot miss. Unless you're on the other side of the screen, this guy cannot miss ever. So now we're gonna take a look at his 5PG skill. Alright, it's not bad, but it's not as good as the 3PG one, unfortunately. Plus the cost stuff and stuff. Oh, one more time. Alright, that's pretty cool. So, finally, we're going to take a look over at how to build him. So going over to my Nameless. There you go. So I have him built with the Tekken set from the Tekken collab when it released, and the Tekken option for the safety, because the Tekken set is a really good set, especially for Nameless. All of the cards increases attack by 6%. It has the ability of the set effect, Two Girls Rendezvous. It increases critical rate by 10%, increases critical damage by 50%. Active team members, including the caster, obtain 3% power upon landing a critical hit. So Nameless really benefits from this card, especially when his entire kit revolves around critting opponents, and this pretty much complements him. And he's also a multi-hitter, so he will be hitting those crits like more often than most units benefit from this set effect. And taking a look at that Tekken option, let's see here, increases attack by 4%, increases critical rate by 4% when HP is 50% or more, 20% chance to gain super armor for 3 seconds when attacked. Cooldown is 45 seconds. This is a really good skill. Nameless's, it just adds more safety to him, even though he gains super armor per hit on his skill core. And I also have the Iori option equipped to him. He increases active skill damage by 4%, decreases active skill cooldown by 1.2 seconds. I'm not going to go over the special effect because that only applies to Iori. There are other ways to build him. You can pretty much run the Kaya set. Kaya set Shadow and Truth increases attack equal to 45% of defense, obtains 10% additional attack for 30 seconds, grants super armor for 5 seconds when tagging in. This will make Nameless a very good and cancerous unit in League, because in League you pretty much be switching out a lot of the times, and it will be good in for your defense units, because once they start going like under a certain percentage wise, then they'll start switching out. And this is a card you kind of want to run because it gives super armor, and not only that, when you switch in, you also flinch your opponents. And one more card that will benefit Nameless will be, if I can find it here, here you go, the Summer set. Increase Coolest Vacation set bonus, increases attack equal to 40% of defense. So that's the cards that I currently own. These 3 sets are good. Taking a look at one other set that I don't have that would actually be very good for Nameless, and that would be the Mr. Big set. Victory Party set effect, increases attack by 42% of defense, recovers HP by 3%, and gains 3% power upon defeating an enemy. Really good in Master Time Attack. You can just build up PG fast and then be able to get your 3 PG out and just clear waves while stopping the time. There is also one more set, but it hasn't been released in global yet, which is the Ryugo set. Essentially, this set is the optimal set for Nameless. Nameless does have a weakness. Despite his oppressive power and his fast PG gain rate, all of his skills are blockable. So meaning that people can waste their skills on you, but in the end, you know, you're pretty much like just still building like a little bit of PG, but you want to be optimal and build in like trying to get through their guard. And the Ryugo set allows you to ignore guard per hit for like, I think it's a 10% chance. So I recommend rolling for that set if you really want to be optimal for Nameless. I don't have for all the effects. I know that's just the special effect for the card set. So that'll be all for today on reviewing Nameless. And if you guys like this content, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time. See ya. Peace.